Hi everyone, thank you for joining in on my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the earliest signs and symptoms of pregnancy that I felt before my pregnancy was even confirmed. So I didn't have that many signs and symptoms. I was looking everywhere on YouTube for similar videos to see what other women's experiences are. I also want to mention in the beginning that I did not know that those symptoms were actually symptoms of pregnancy when I was going through them. Now looking back, I definitely know what it was, but back then I was absolutely oblivious to those symptoms. I was kind of waiting for some of the more most common ones that people talk about on YouTube, but that was not my experience. So the first earliest sign and symptom that ended up being one of pregnancy was extreme constipation. For some reason, again, when I was searching through videos of other women's symptoms, that wasn't really mentioned that many times, or maybe the videos that I was watching did not mention them, but that seems to be, I don't know, but that seems to be a pregnancy symptom as well. Maybe it's not as common as some of the other ones, but for me that was definitely a symptom. It was extreme constipation. I could not go to the bathroom at all. I had hemorrhoids. I could be on a toilet for a few hours. I was drinking water, eating different soups, eating prunes, drinking yogurts for hours, and nothing would help. And like I said, it seems to be not as common symptom, I would say, because even my mom, with whom I shared all of this, she did not realize that that was a pregnancy symptom. But later on, I found out that because of all the hormones going on and changing in your body, that results sometimes in constipation. So for me, that was my earliest symptom, probably the first one before I realized that I was pregnant. Which, by the way, if you are pregnant and struggling with constipation currently, what my doctor shared with me is that there are two things that you can take that are absolutely safe during pregnancy, and it's Colace, which is a stool softener that you can get in any, local store like Walmart, Target, whatever you can find near you. So Colace, and then a fiber. I think the one that he mentioned was Miralax, but I can double check on that. But both are absolutely safe to take during pregnancy, and that was the only thing that helped me resolve the situation. I was so thankful to my doctor for suggesting those, because I did not know what I was able to take while pregnant and how I could have dealt with the constipation that I was experiencing. But that was the only thing that helped me. None of the other homemade remedies or foods or drinks worked for me. It was just so bad. It hurt a lot. I couldn't even sit down properly. I had to stand because the hemorrhoids and everything. It was just really bad. I've never had constipation this bad, but apparently that was a pregnancy symptom. The other symptom that I experienced, so a lot of women talk about soreness of their chest. I didn't have that. What I did have instead is that needle-like pain that I felt in my chest, and it wasn't intense, it wasn't really painful, it wasn't long. It was, for example, if I were driving to work, on the way I would feel like those little poking sensations in my breast, but it would not last for a while. It was just for a short period of time, and then it would disappear. So again, I did not think of it as a pregnancy symptom, because when most people talk about soreness of breasts, they say it's hard to touch. Some of them can't even take showers because of when water hits their chest area, it hurts them a lot. That was not my experience at all. Mine didn't hurt, at least in the beginning they didn't. All I felt was that tingling, poking sensation. Another symptom that now I realize was a pregnancy symptom was, of course, cramps that I had in my lower back and in my belly. But I just thought, my period is coming, which is usually I usually get those cramps before my period, so that's what I thought that was. In addition, bloating and gas. So I seem to have a lot of swelling, maybe just my belly seemed to be a lot larger than it usually would. And again, I thought it was because of my period. I usually do have those sensations before my period, but it was pregnancy. So a lot of the times it's very difficult to distinguish if it's symptoms of your, period coming up or if it's pregnancy. But those seem to be the earliest ones for me that I experienced. I don't remember having any other symptoms that most other women talk about, like heightened sense of smell. I didn't have that. Again, at first, before I even tested, I didn't. So my main ones were constipation, those sensations in my chest, and that's probably all. Well, cramps too, and bloating as well, but other than that, that was my experience. So hopefully that information helped some of you all. Something that I learned through my experience is not to compare yourself with other women too much, because we all experience things differently. Your body is yours, and the way that it changes, the way that it feels certain things may not be the same as somebody else's. My pregnancy was totally different from my mom's. She had a flawless one, I had a horrible one, which, by the way, I'll talk about it probably in one of my next videos if you're interested. But best of luck to you if you're trying to conceive. I know how difficult and nerve-wracking it can be at first, but you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the right track. It will happen. Best of luck. All the baby dust in the world on you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.